everybody, my name is Amanda and I'm an associate attorney here at Daudi Kroll PC. Today's video is going to talk about the next type of an estate plan. As you will recall from my last video, I talked about a last will and testament, which provides for the most basic distribution of your assets upon your passing. As a reminder, if you just have a last will and testament, your loved ones are most likely going to have to probate your estate in order to have your assets pass on to your named beneficiaries in your will. In the alternative, a revocable living trust is going to be the easiest way to avoid probate, and it also provides you with the most leniency to design your estate plan the way that you want it to be. With a revocable living trust, you're able to name beneficiaries, you can convey personal tangible property along with real property through special directives, and you can also do monetary devises through those special directives, and you can nominate a guardian and conservator for your minor children if applicable. Essentially, a revocable living trust is going to be either the recipient or the owner of all of your assets, so that upon your passing, those assets will be paid out by your successor trustee to your named beneficiaries. As the name states, a revocable living trust is revocable and amendable during your lifetime. So as life changes, you are able to take those changes into consideration and make any modifications that you need to comply with your end goal. Initially, there's a little bit of work that needs to go into setting up a revocable living trust because it needs to be funded. As I mentioned already, a revocable living trust will either be the owner or the recipient of all of your assets. And if you choose to go with a revocable living trust, we can absolutely discuss funding with you. But as a reminder, once you have that funding set up, you generally don't have to change any of that. So any changes that are made in your revocable living trust generally do not impact the funding. I would also like to point out that with a revocable living trust, you are provided with a pour-over will. That pour-over will acts as a guide so that if you have any individually owned assets at the time of your passing that must go through probate, that pour-over will funnel those assets through the probate court into your revocable living trust to be divided pursuant to the terms of your trust. While having a revocable living trust may seem overwhelming at first, it will provide you with immense comfort knowing that you're going to be able to avoid probate and that your assets will be distributed pursuant to your wishes. If you have more questions about an estate plan or revocable living trust, please contact me at 517-381-2663. Stay tuned for our next video where I will be discussing discretionary trusts.